revise little bit things. Yeah. I'm revising that, Chandana. No issue. Okay. So we will revise these things in a short bit first. Then we will go for the actual class. Okay. So in YouTube also, and I think yes, very few people are here, but we'll see when they will join. Okay. Yeah. Hello guys. So porifera, we are studying about the porifera and we completed about those terms. If you have any doubt in the terms, just go back to the last classes and check once again. Okay. So in porifera, the name comes from the pores. Having the pores is the major character of this, right? And these are the first multicellular organisms, multi-not organisms. Okay. I again made a blunder here. So I don't know. Oh, this rubber is not working. Multicellular animals. These are the first multicellular animals, not organisms, because plants developed first, they later the animals came. Okay, so when we go for happy afternoon, when we go for the habitat, most of them are aquatic and few of them are only freshwater like sponchula, and body form is completely a porous kind of the body. That means have several pores. There's a reason for that. We will see today. Okay, and symmetry is asymmetrical, mostly asymmetrical. That means they don't have particular kind of symmetry. Few look like radial symmetry, but we can't accept them as a perfect radial. Okay, so that will be different. And germ layers are diploblastic. That means have only ectoderm and endoderm. And the level of organization is cellular. Okay, tissue is not developed yet. And one second. Okay, I am using black color. That's why it's not ready. one sec. So next one, porifera body wall system. This is really important, right? Thank you. Thank you, Tejaswini. Right. So if we start revising, the body wall is very important because it's divided into three types: pinacoderm, conoderm, and mesohyl layer. Pinacoderm is a dermal layer. That means skin kind of a layer. It have two types of cells. One is pinacocytes and another is the porocytes. Pinacocytes actually work as a dermal layer. That means it surrounds the system. And the porocytes create the ostia or the opening. Okay, lateral opening, you can say, right? Lateral opening, you can say. So yeah, cytes means cells, you know that. And conoderms are very important because those are the ones which help in the movement of the water. So you can call them as conocytes or collar cells. They are flagellated. That means they have a flagella and they help in the moving of water current within the spongiocele. That means a central cavity. Okay, don't confuse with spongiocele with the coelom. Okay, it's not coelomate. This is just a spongiocele. Okay, coelom is a body cavity which is present within the body. Okay, spongiocele is a cavity which is in between the porifera outer structure. Okay, so next one is the mesohyl layer. We can call it as a mesenchyma also, no issue. These are non-cellular layer. Okay, that means this layer is not dermal kind of a layer. That means it's not formed from the cells, but they may contain the cells. Okay, they majorly contain fibers and spicules. Those spicules are hard structures. It may be made up of calcium carbonate or it may be made up of the silica. So we call it like calcaceous or siliceous. Okay, so different types will come. Based on that only they are further divided. How many spicules are there? How many kinds of spicules? All are important. Okay, and amoebocytes. Amoebocytes are very, very important cells in the porifera because these are called as amoebocytes because they show the movement like amoeba. Right, and they have the ability to divide continuously, and they also have the ability to differentiate to form the other type of cells. That means they can form a pinacocyte or a porocyte or a conocyte, or it may form a sperm or egg or nurse cell. Okay, so it can form all the other types of cells within the porifera. Okay, so that's the importance of the amoebocytes, and normally question will also ask about the amoebocytes or about the conocytes. Okay, so those two terms or the cells are very important in the life cycle of the porifera. Okay, to survive. Okay, so today we are discussing about little further. Before we going to discuss about those things, we will start discussing some of the questions. Okay, the first question is, Cycon belongs to a group of animals which are best described as. Okay, so they are saying Cycon is a group of animals. Cycon belongs to a group of animals which are best described as how? Unicellular or acellular, multicellular without any tissue organization, multicellular with a gastrovascular system, multicellular having tissue organization but no body cavity. Okay, so think about the question, then you can start answering. I will launch the poll in like 5 seconds, and who are in the YouTube, answer in the YouTube live chat so they can communicate. Okay, yes, guys. Okay, I'm launching the poll. I think you guys can answer the question easily. First, you have to find out, as I told you, right? First, you have to think about the cycon, then you have to think about which group it belongs to, right? Then you have to think about the character. Take a first character and differentiate and select the only, what you can say, options which have that particular or correct option. Then go for the second option. Don't take everything at the same time, then you get confused. Okay, so try to choose word by word, so it will be easy and it will be efficient. Yes, 36 seconds over. So we still have 15 seconds. Yes, and okay, so I'm ending the poll, guys. But only few people are voted. I don't know. Probably few people came. Sunday, there is no exam on Sunday. What is AIPM? AIPMT. AIPMT is the older name of the NEET. Okay, All India Pre-Medical Test. So that's what called in the earlier times. Later, it changed the name into NEET. So it's called asked in AIPMT 2003. Okay, I'm ending the poll. A few people are joined now, so they didn't understand, I think. Okay, I'm sharing the results. 6% chosen option A, 54% B, 18% C, and 22% D. I'm stop sharing the results. Yes, we will discuss this, right? So first, what you have to think? You have to think about the cycon. Okay, you heard the term. Where you heard the term? Cycon belongs to a group of animals. Those group is actually porifera. Okay, then you understand. You already started to study about the porifera, so you know what to best describe. Unicellular, acellular, multicellular, multicellular, multicellular. Then you can simply remove unicellular because you know it's the first multicellular organism, right? Then we came across with 3 points. So all of them similar with the multicellular. Then check here, multicellular without any tissue organization, multicellular with a gastrovascular cavity, multicellular having tissue organization. Here you have to think about this one, system. Second one is the tissue organization. We mentioned these cycon, all the porifera are having the cellular level organization, right? Cellular level organization. That means there will be no system. Cellular tissue, then organs, then will be organ system, right? So you can remove this one. Later, same manner. It's just a cellular level, but they mentioned about tissue level, okay? But no body cavity. Okay, these are kind, what you can say, these are misleading type of the words. Okay, so you are not sure about these things, then you will see this no body cavity, then you know that okay, it do not have the body cavity, probably this is the correct answer. Okay, so these kind of extra sentences added in the options to mislead you. Okay, so you know that it do not have a tissue organization, so you can remove this. So the correct answer is, so these are multicellular without any tissue organization because these are having the cellular kind of the organization, cellular level of the organization, right? Simple question. So just have to think. So some people are answered wrong. Okay, Lohit, what are you eating? Okay, so we are going for the next question. So the structure which function as mouth in sponges. What is gastrovascular system? So today we will discuss about that. Pawan. Okay. So think about it. The gastric means, right? What is gastric? Gastric means what? So yeah, right. So you can think about it like that. We will discuss. We will discuss. I came to this question. I didn't answer. Okay. Sorry. The structure which function as a mouth in sponges is osculum, ostia, prosopile, and none of the above. Okay. I launched the poll. You can answer in the poll, and who are in the YouTube can answer in the YouTube live chat. Okay. So poll is running, and I am waiting to answer quickly. Yes. What is that, Sachin? Yes, 30 seconds are over. We still have 30 seconds. I think this one is also one of the easiest question that you can answer easily. Yes, guys. Yes, I'm ending the poll in 10 seconds. Still, only 65%. Where is others? Okay, I'm ending the poll now, and I'm sharing the results. 41 chosen option A, 47% chosen option B, 10% C, and 3% D. I'm stop sharing the results. So if you have the doubts regarding what is osculum and what is ostia, I understand, because we didn't wind that in detail. Today we will go that, no issue. Okay. No, sorry. With what I can say, it came without my attention. So you can see here, if I write a sponge like this, there will be holes in between, right? Sorry. So if I write something like this, so there will be opening for the water current to come in, and there will be also a area to water current to go out. Okay. So from where the water current will come, okay, from where water current will come, this is called as ostia. Ostia. Okay, from where it will go out, the water will go out. This is called as osculum. Okay, this is made a confusion because when you go who studied the higher organisms, yeah, who studied the higher organism, what happens? Correct, Lipika, right. So you thought about the other organisms like Nidary or something, there will be a single anus and these and this one mouth, right? Both only one hole is acting like both anus and mouth, so you may get confused with this thing. It is not like this here. Okay, from where the water will come in, and from one hole the all the water will comes out. Where the water is coming, that's ostia, and we also refer these things as the mouth. Okay, from where the water current is going on, this osculum, we also refer this as the anus. Okay, so remember, I'm saying here only referring. Okay, I'm not saying these are the mouth or these are the anus, because these are not literally mouth or anus. To become, if you call a particular part as mouth and anus, it should be have some structure and it should be have some function. Okay, these are not any structures. These are only the way where the water current will start and it will went out. Okay, so that's why I'm referring it. Okay, we are simply referring it as the mouth and the anus. Remember, ostia is the mouth and osculum is the anus. And today we will also learn these things one more time. Then you may ask, what is the prosopile then? Okay, sir, but it is open circulatory system. There is no circulatory system, Preetham. So this is not a this is a canal system. That will be different. Circulatory system means circulation of food or oxygen within the body. Okay, within the body, that we will learn. Okay, so it is not a circulatory system. So osculum only one opening or many. Most of the time, osculum will be a single opening, but ostia will be many. Okay, osculum will be on. Do sponges have blood? No, sponges do not have any blood. Okay, so sometimes what happens, body will be like this in some of the sponges. Okay, so just imagine like this. What are these structures then? What are these structures? One sec, guys. I'm writing and changing the color. Okay, these structures, what you can see here. Sorry, yes, this is osculum, you know that, and this one is the protruded structure is actually ostia. Okay, this is the ostia. This is the ostia. This is the ostia. That means opening. Okay, sometimes what happens, there will be another kind of opening in this region. Okay, in the this region, that means in the region of the ostia. Okay, not in everywhere, only with a few sponges it will have like this. This smaller opening are called as prosophyte. Okay, smaller opening is called as the prosophyte. Okay, so that will also will learn. But remember, ostium means actual opening and osculum will be outer opening. Prosophyte will be small opening. Then you may ask, then why we are not used, do they lie in between the photocytes? Yes, absolutely. Okay, lie between this photocyte. Yes, correct. Then why we are not saying prosophyte is the mouth? Why we are only mentioning ostia as the mouth? Because ostia are the largest structures and they are present in all the sponges. Okay, prosophiles are smaller structure and they are not present in all the sponges. These are restricted to a few sponges. Okay, that's why we restricted the terms function as a mouth only to the ostia, not to the prosophile. Okay, so do remember about this also. So we will learn about a few other things today. So how the other systems will happen. Okay, it have a canal system. Okay, so what is the meaning of canal then? So this porifera is our complete digestive system that we will see here. Okay, so we will see how digestive system work here. It's in here only, right? One sec, guys. This is yeah. So chat box is going here and there. That's why I'm it's having some problem. Yes, canal system. What is the meaning of canal system then? You can see the diagram here, right? So yes, correct. So what is happening in this particular diagram, if you observe it properly, is the structure of a porifera system, and you can see here outside will be what? Outside layer will be, what's the outer layer? You know the layer name. Can you name the outer layer? Outer layer. Name of the, not ectoderm. Yes, correct, right. Pinacoderm, not ectoderm. You can't use the term ectoderm. Ectoderm, endoderm are only restricted to the embryonic layers. Okay, only to the embryonic layers. It is the pinacoderm. Okay, then what's the internal layer? What is the internal layer? What's the internal layer? Yes, correct, right. Conoderm. Okay, internal layer will be conoderm and outer layer will be pinacoderm, and in between mesohyl layer is also present. Okay, so in between these layers, there's a porocytes will be present, and this makes a small pores, right? This makes these small pores where actually water will enter, right? From where actually water will enter. So you can see here the water is entering through here, and water is also entering through here, and water is also entering through here. So these opening or these water opening are called as ostia. We discussed now only. Okay, so when water enters, it will enter to a empty area, or what you can say, empty kind of area. That's what we call as the spongiocele. As I explained yesterday, seal means cavity, and which is present in this sponge. So we can call it as cavity of sponge body. Okay, cavity of the sponge body. This is not coelom. Remember. Okay, so this is not like a coelom which is present in our body. This is just a cavity. Okay, so where actually this water enters, and it will enter into this particular cavity. Okay, then what this conocytes will do? Okay, then what this conocytes will do? This conocytes, Darshan, why are you requesting remote control of my screen? Okay, yes. So this will flagellate, this will make a movement that makes the water current to divert the area, okay, to divert in the direction, in this particular direction, in the above direction. Okay, why it's doing like that? Okay, what's the reason for doing that? Okay, because it do not have any special organs to catch the prey. Okay, then how it will get the food? So the food will be the food will be present in the water. When water is moved here, along with the water, it also brings some of the food particles. It also brings some of the food particles. These food particles will be utilized by the cells which is present in these layers. Okay. Then this water is emptied. Okay. All the food particles are used. Then we have to remove the water. From where we have to remove? If you want to remove from the ostia, then what happens? Water will be coming from this way also. It's coming from this way also. And then the complete system will shut down. Okay, right? It will completely shut down. Then I will tell you this. Okay, so this is because of that they made a larger hole. Okay, that's called as osculum. Okay, that's called as the osculum, from where all this water current will move out. Okay, as you compare, the ostia are smaller and osculum are bigger. Okay, but ostia are more in number, but osculum will be single in number. Okay, it's normally single. Okay, in few colonial only it will be more than one will be there, but regularly it will be single structure will be there, as you saw in the last structures also. So all the water which is coming from these sides, from all the ostia, will go out of the osculum. Okay, so what we can mention here in the canal system, so we can mention about two things. Yes, all the even excreted material, everything went out through that one only. Okay, canal system contains two opening, ostia, from where actually water current enters. Water current enters, and this is, you can also refer it as a mouth. And the second one is the osculum, and where actually water current leave. Okay, water current leave. So you can refer this as the anus. Okay, and we also seen another one, that is prosophile. Prosophile are tiny openings along with ostia, along the sides of ostia. Right, so we have three different kinds of the opening. Is sponge may have mesohyl and was, I didn't understand, Chiranta. Mesohyl is the central layer. Okay, ostia is the core. What's the food? I will tell you. Food, I will tell you. Here, it's digestion is here. We will come to here, then I will tell you. Okay. So yes, just remember food. Okay. So we will see what is food and how it will be digested. Okay. So what you can have to remember, you have to remember in canal system, from ostia the food will come in, and the another one thing we have to mention, right? Spongocele. Spongocele is the empty cavity where actually water will circulate, right? Where the water will circulate. These three things are important. So before going to the skeleton, I will go for the digestion because everyone is asking, right? So what it will eat then? I told you it will eat these things, all the things, right? The water contains the plankton and other microscopic organisms. Okay, other microscopic organisms. So these are the food for the porifera. Okay, planktons may be phytoplankton or zooplankton. What are phytoplankton? Phytoplankton are diatoms, desmids, all those things. Okay, the plant-like organisms or chlorophyllous organisms, which are microscopic protistans. Okay, and what are zooplanktons? Microscopic protistans only, but heterotrophic microscopic protistans. Okay, simple. Phytoplankton means autotrophic microscopic protistans, and zooplankton means heterotrophic this one protistans. Okay, so no Lankesh, it don't have any. Okay, so those are the food for them. Then how it will be the digestion? Is it a simple type, or is it complete or incomplete? No, that kind of digestion you can't see. Okay, the system is not there. We already mentioned it's a cellular kind. It's not a tissue. Okay, if it is a tissue, then there will be a system or something will be there, right? It do not have any tissue. It only has cell. That means digestion is intracellular. Okay, what's the meaning of intracellular digestion then? Simply think like this: one cell is there. Okay, if it do the digestion outside of its body, then it's called as extracellular. Okay, that means it's doing the digestion outside of your body. Okay, that means inside your stomach, what happens? The stomach lining cells will secrete the HCl, and those HCl and all the enzymes will digest the food which is present within the sac. Okay, but it is happening outside of the cell, right? That's called as extracellular digestion. Okay, yes. And what is the intracellular digestion, which is happening within the cell? Okay, as you can see in the amoeba, right? What it will do? Amoeba will engulf the food and it will break down within the cell. Those are called as intracellular digestion. That is what you can see in here. Okay, digestion are intracellular. Okay, digestion are intracellular, not among the cells, within the cell, Chetana. Okay, among the cells, sorry, Jivana. Okay, among the cells means in between, but within the cells means within that particular cell only, inside the cell. Okay, we have both extracellular and intracellular. We higher organism have both kind of the digestion. Okay. No, there's some phagocytic cells are there. Okay, this contain phagocytic cells correctly. Okay, but when you are mentioning the digestion, you simply can't mention like phagocytic cell. You have to mention intracellular digestion. Okay, phagocytic cell only refers it is eating that one. Okay, why it is eating? It's not referring. Okay, it may be for the digestion or it may be for the protection. But here you are mentioning intracellular digestion. That means those cells are doing the digestion within the cell. Okay. Canis are not having proper digestive tract. There is no digestive tract. Correct, Anayana. Okay, there is no digestive tract. That's why we didn't mention. I didn't mention complete or incomplete, because to mention a complete or incomplete, a system should be there, right? A system should be there. But here nothing is present. Okay, nothing is present. The digestion is only intracellular. That's why we never mention the type of the digestive system here. Okay, so next we will see the skeleton. Okay, that much only. Digestion is that much only, not complex one. Okay, so skeleton, how the skeleton are made. Okay, this skeleton means, you know, right? Skeleton means a hard covering to externally or internal to the our body. Okay, do we have skeleton? Do we have skeleton? What do you guys think? Yes. Do we have any skeleton? Yes. Where we have? Correct, right? Is it internal skeleton or external skeleton? Internal or external? Correct, right, Manvita? Is it an internal or endoskeleton? That means we have a skeleton which is present inside to our body. Okay, but when you go for the insects, what happens? Insects, most of the insects have the external skeleton, right? They have the external different kinds of structures, hard structures and everything. So internally they don't have. If you go for muscles, right, what you can say, a pearl creating structure. Okay, so those also have the external skeleton only, right? Pearl producing structures. So those are also important. So here what happens then is they have internal skeleton or external skeleton. Okay, these mostly have the internal skeleton. Okay, these have the internal skeleton. So how it is made up of then? These are made up of these spicules, what we mentioned earlier. Okay, what are spicules then? Spicules are small hard structures. Okay, small hard structures. Yes, yes, majorly from the spicules. Yes, correct. And these are also made up of the spongin fiber. Correct, Sushmita. Okay. Spongin fiber is also there. Okay, these spicules may be like this, or maybe like this, or maybe something like this. Okay, the varies. The shape of the spicules will be vary, and materials of the spicules also vary. You know the materials, right? It may be from the calcium carbonate, or it may be from the silica. Okay, it may be from the calcium carbonate or it may be also from the silica. So both of them are hard, you know that, right? Calcium carbonate, our bones, right? And silica. Silica means this one, sand, right? Both of them are very strong, which you can see in the diatoms also, right? We already seen the siliceous skeleton in the diatoms also. Similar kinds of skeleton will be there, which gives the strength or the structure to that body. Okay, which is what giving the structure to that particular body. So skeleton is important. You can simply extract the skeleton. Whatever in the porifera, what you can see, the structures and all the things, the remainings of the spicules only remain. Okay, spicules make up spongin fibers. No, Manvita. Spongin fibers and spicules are different. Okay, there are some tissues, cells will be there. Those cells will produce these spicules, and there are some others will be there. Those will produce the spongin fiber. Okay, to become a fiber, it should be elastic in nature, and it should be what you can say easily bendable. All those things. But spicules don't have the category. They will be hard. They will be simple structures. You can't. They are highly rigid. Okay, you can't bend or you can't twist. Okay, two things are different, but both of them intermingle and form the skeleton. Okay, and problem. Some of you already see the sponge. Okay, then how the sponge will become? When the sponge is living, those spicules will be surrounded by the outer cells. Okay, when the sponge will die, then what happens? Those cells will decompose and the spicules only left out. That means only skeleton will be left out. Majorly what you can see in the museums and in your home, probably some of may you have all those things are the only spicules only. Okay, you can observe it in the microscope only. It looks very beautiful. Okay, if you take a living specimen, we will just this one, what you can say, remove the muscles and everything using different kinds of the acids, and then we observe it in the microscope. From that method also you can see. Okay, so what is the importance of the spicules? Spicules give the shape. Okay, yes, correct. Spicules not only decides the shape. Shape is majorly decided from the arrangement of the spicules. Okay, they give the structure or they give the support for the cells to organize in that particular way. Okay, spicules are present inside mesohyl or in spongocyl. Okay, spongocyl is completely empty. These spicules are present in the where it is present in the mesohyl layer. Okay, this present in the mesohyl layer, not in the spongocyl. Okay, this spongocyl is completely empty. I will write down here one more time. Okay, empty, completely empty. Okay, all those are present in here. I wrote a diagram also, you can see here, right? So like this, and even fibers also present. Fibers will be something like this. So both of them are helping forming the our complete skeleton. Okay. Any doubt regarding this particular page, or can we move on? Do you think we can move on? Click on yes. So I will move on. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the chat section. Okay. Hermaphrodite. We will come to that. We will come to the hermaphrodite. Okay. What is the function of pinacodum, Shalini? Pinacodum contain pinacocytes which help in the movement of the water and also in the absorption of the food. Okay. So can it see changes in body structure? Yes, you can see. No issue in that. Okay. So when it's developing, the body will start to develop, right? So that's what makes change in the shape. Shape will be changes from smaller to the higher organism. Okay. It also, spicules also help in the production. Yes, Chirant. Wherever the prosophile is present, that means ostia is present. Okay, but ostia presence do not ensure the presence of the prosophile. Okay. Why connoisseurs are called collar cells? Because it has the collar, Mamita. Probably we saw somewhere here. I will show you. In the last class, we studied connoisseurs, right? So somewhere I wrote here, right? It have a collar like structure. That's why we call it as the collar cells. Okay. Any some other question? Okay, we are moving. Yes, someone asking like how they absorb the nutrition from the planktons. Okay, so exactly these cells, sorry, okay, these cells will absorb those planktons and food materials. Those will be digested by the amoebocytes which is present in the mesohyl layer, and some of the cells or conocytic related cells which are conodermal layer cells also. Okay, in conoderm, apart from the conocytic cells, sometimes the amoebocytes also comes and goes out. Those cells also help in the engulfing the food and digesting the food within their cell cavity. Okay. Okay, we can move on then. So then we go for the circulation, respiration, and excretion. Those are very simple because these are lower organisms. They do not have complex kind of the system. Okay, so very simple. Circulation will happen from the different parts of the body with the help of the amoebocytes. Okay, it do not have any blood. Okay, remember, no blood, no vessel. Okay, because those are tissue level organizations, so do not have anything like this. Okay, amoebocytes will help in the transfer of the food. Okay, amoebocyte transfer food and also the other materials include oxygen, carbon dioxide, and some of the excretory substances, all those things. Okay, simple. So simple things like this, our cells will be like this, and layer is like this. Here is the conocytes, and here is the chondrocytes. Sorry, outer cells, pinacocytes. Okay, these amoebocytes will accumulate the food or everything from here, and it will travel and it will give it to cells up here. Okay, so amoebocytes is doing the all the function of the circulation. Okay, so that much related to circulation. What about respiration then? Okay, respiration happens through simple diffusion. Okay, there is no particular kind of tissue or anything because it's simply acellular. So acellular means only single cells will directly contact with the systems. So transportation and circulation are different, same or different. Transportation means anything. Okay, circulation means a particular circulation of oxygen or the food product. Okay, transportation means anything. So that's why we won't use the term. Sometimes transportation means transportation of organisms also. So we use the term circulation. Okay. Respiration is simple diffusion. That means cells will be here and it will give CO2 and it will absorb O2 from the water. Okay, water is contained the dissolved oxygen and carbon dioxide. They will make use of that one only. Okay, so make use of the oxygen. Simple diffusion. Nothing special is there. And what about excretion? Excretion or excretory materials or which is produced, it may be nitrogenous waste or any other kinds of waste, will be diffused out to spongiocele. From there, it will be out through the osculum. Okay, through the process of the osculum. Okay, circulation happens passively or actively. Circulation, you say passive and active in the higher organism in the system. Okay, organ systems. So is it taking energy or not taking energy? All those things. Here, circulation is happening with the use of the amoebocytes. Okay, so that's why we never use those kind of terms because amoebocytes are moving. That means they are using the energy, but these are not like direct utilization. So simply we say that circulation through the amoebocytes. We never mentioned active or passive here. If you want to go, it will be active only. Okay, Preeti, as you mentioned, right? So please put a message only one time. It will again confuse. All the other messages will go out. Okay. So we are coming from the first come first priority order. Okay, our transportation and circulation thing, I already told you, right? No, these are different. Transportation means anything, circulation means specific. Okay, transportation, if I use the term transportation, it may means transportation of water, transportation of the particular organism, transportation of the blood, transportation of the food. Okay, that's why we don't use the term transportation very oftenly. Okay, we use the term as for a regular usage, but for a circulation means something is circulating. Okay, normally circulation will happen either food or the oxygen. Here you can see amoebocytes transfer food. I never mentioned about the oxygen or carbon dioxide because circulation do not include in here. But if I mention circulation system in the humans, I will mention both food and the gases because both of them are happening there. Okay, so that's why using the circulation term is a better than the transportation. Okay, so later is the reproduction. How it happens then? Reproduction is happens through two methods. One is the asexual method and another one is the sexual method. Asexual happen method through the process of buds. Okay, these buds you can divide into two times again. So how you can divide? One is the external bud and another one is the internal bud. Okay. So, what type of nitrogen waste it can produce? Okay, most of the water-bound organisms or the prior organisms produce in the form of ammonia only. Okay, because in the body it will be produced in ammonia, it will be excreted as ammonia. That's why most of those kinds will be ammonia only. In respiratory exchange and removal of waste happens at a time. Yes, everything will happening in the same time. Excretion, respiration, digestion, everything will be happening in the same time. Okay, so asexual will be two types, external and internal. How we can differentiate? Okay, so just imagine a porifera like this. Okay, if bud happened like this externally, this is called as external. Okay, externally buds is forming. Okay, if sometimes bud also form internally, then this is called as internal bud. Internal buds also called as gammules. Okay, gammules. So you can compare this with the gametes. Okay, there are also gametes produced within the gamma cup, right? Here is also same thing. Those gammules are producing within the body, okay, or internal to the body. Okay, so sometimes they may ask, okay, so what is the gammule? Okay, so then gammules are internal asexual bud which is present in the porifera. Okay, after some time what happens? These will detach. It may be external or internal. It will detach and it will go through the water current when it gets a suitable substrate and it will form into a new porifera. Okay, simple like spores which is present in fungi or plants, right? Exactly similar kind of. Okay, what about sexual then? Sexual, they will produce sperm and egg. Remember, sperm and egg. And fertilization is external. Okay, it will show the external fertilization. Why it will show external fertilization? Because it don't have any structure internally, right? Body do not have any internal structure. Okay, so that's why section called hermaphrodite. Sushmita. Correct, right. So sexually they will produce sperm and egg. From where this sperm and egg came? Sperm and egg came from the amoebocytes. Okay, amoebocytes will convert into sperm and this will convert into egg. Okay, so external fertilization happens. Correct, Chiman. Right. These are hermaphrodite. Okay, correct. What is the meaning of hermaphrodite? Hermaphrodite means having both male and female sexual organs. Okay. Okay, both male and female sexual organ. So hermaphrodite means there is no sexual dimorphism. That means both of them are having in a single. Okay. When sexual and asexual reproduction takes place, Chetana, when we go for the higher, we will have some clarity. Okay. Here, at the same time, both sexual and asexual may go on. Asexual will be continuous. Sexual only go on when the condition is good. That means the temperature and water current, everything is good. Okay. So sexual having a particular time limit, but asexual will be continuous. Okay. So it is then will the fertilization become sperm and egg single organisms. Yes, Samruddha. And remember guys, just go through. I told you, right? We are not going to discuss about the meaning of the words, not at all, because it will kill the time. Okay, so who are having the doubts regarding the terms, just go through. Okay, go through the last slides or the classes. It will help you. Okay. Yes, hermaphrodite and bisexual are same. Okay, so another one thing. I thought of saying something, I forgot. What is that? So these are producing both sperm and egg. Is why it will not showing self-fertilization. Okay, we never come to that. It may show self-fertilization or it may show cross-fertilization. It's completely dependent upon growth, or when the sperm and egg growth is happening. Okay, it may show both cross fertilization and also the self fertilization. Cross fertilization means sperm of one organism and egg of the other organism. Self fertilization means both of them of the same organism. Okay. What, Deepak? Okay, whatever. Okay, second one. About the gemme. Okay, what is gemme? Gemme is asexual bodies which is present in the bryophores, what we discussed in the this plant kingdom chapter, right? So reproduction is also simple. Remember, when you come to the higher organism, that means you remembered about animals, it will only show oogamous. That's why we are not at all mentioning about isogamous or anisogamous, nothing like that, because it's always oogamous. Okay, it's always oogamous. Okay. Yeah, I'm coming to that. Wait, Jivan. Okay. So this is what happening in these organs. Okay. But in some of the organisms, what happens? These amoebocytes, which is cell, which is present in here, which form the sperm and egg, can fertilize in between them. They may show the internal fertilization. Okay. They may show the internal fertilization. These internal fertilization always are self-fertilization. Remember, okay, wherever the internal fertilization is happening in porifera, that will always be self-fertilization, because there the amoebocytes which is termed into sperm and egg which will fuse. Okay, so that's what happens. It will be self-fertilization majorly, but external may be anything. Okay, so those are the main things what we have to discuss in, regarding the reproduction. Okay, reproduction. Yes. Then what is development? Okay, development means yes, correct, absolutely correct. Okay, development, how they develop, if they have any larva stage or not. If you consider this one, may or may not have larva stage. Okay, may or may not have larva stage. So what is larva stage? You can ask. Okay, larva stage. Yes, correct, Pritam. Right. So larva means you already seen the tadpole, right? First tadpole will be there, then tadpole will convert into this one frog, right? Exactly same kind. Here also what happens is sometimes those this one the produced zygote will form the larva first, then larva will develop and they will change their body structure, morphology, and they will convert into adult. Sometimes the zygote directly form the adult without forming any larva stage. Okay, larva means internal or what you can say in between stage. Okay, if they contain the larva stage, okay, then it is called as indirect type of the development, because indirect means it have the indirect means what? Indirect without with larva. Okay, with larva, indirect stage. Okay, if do not contain larva, then it's called direct stage. That means without any larva stage. Okay, without any larva stage. I'm thinking that you guys are making notes by checking these PPTs. Okay, I already got complaints from parents, right? Some of you are not at all writing any notes. Okay, they also told me to check. Okay, we don't have the time for this, so I'm just leaving it. We will see that. But be sure or make sure that you make a note. Okay, it's like a first step for NEET. Okay, after medical, if you don't know how to make notes, that will be like disaster. Okay, yes, correct. So development may have a larva stage, that means indirect, or may not have any larva stage, that means direct. Okay, the larva may be a single larva or multiple larvas will be there. Okay, the name of the larvas are not important, that's why I'm not at all mentioning it. Okay, I'm not at all leaving another larva in your head. Okay, so that's not at all important, so we are not mentioning that. Okay, any doubts, guys? Which type of development is porifera? I mentioned here, right? So may or may not have the larva stage. Some of them have the larva stage, some of them do not have the larva stage. So related to this one only, porifera only. Okay. Any more doubts, guys? If you don't have any doubts, just click on yes. Or if you have any doubts, put a message in the chat box. Okay. Yeah, same applies to the YouTube people also. When I say notes, almost like 2 to 3 people exited. Yes, guys. Okay, then we can move on. Okay, we are going for some of the So what is the meaning of larva stage? Shivan, you remember about tadpole, right? In a frog, similar kind of stage. Okay, how tadpole within a frog, similar kind of larva will be present in the these organisms. It's a development stage. Okay, where are the sperm and egg produced? Within the mesohyl layer. That means those to sperm and egg. Direct without larva, then with what? From zygote only. Hello? Yes, you can hear me, right? Yes, correct. So remember, guys. So what is happening? It will be frog will be like this, right? Frog will be like this. This is the tadpole. Okay, this is the zygote, and this is the tadpole, and this will be frog. Okay, but what happens in humans? The zygote will directly give rise to the fetus, right? Fetus will be similar to the higher or adult only, similar to the higher only, without any tadpole kind of stage, right? Now I'm speaking now. Okay, without any tadpole kind of stage, this is called as direct development. Okay, because the progeny will be look similar to the adult. Okay, when the progeny will do not look like the adult, it's somewhat different, then you call this as the indirect. Okay, that's what we call it as the larva. Okay, that's what we call it as the larva. Okay, larva with flagella. Larva normally have flagella. It will move. Okay, so yeah, it will move and all those things will happen. Okay, so we will see later our stages also. Some larvas are important. Okay, I I don't know why I can't rub some of this ink. So probably that particular ink only I can. No, it's not. Leave it, leave it. Okay. So here I have some of the examples. Okay, I have some of the examples. If you asked any doubt within the time when I left a meeting, I didn't know. Okay, so all the other old chats are went. If you asked anything, just put one more time. Okay. So here some of the examples. Cycon, this is a common one. Okay. So it has some of the other structures in the outside also. Okay, moth larvas don't have flagella. Yeah, Pawan. I'm talking about here, porifera. Okay, some of the larvas only have flagella. Sorry, not all the flagella. Okay, the moths which are living in the sorry, the larvas which is living in the water will have the flagella. The larvas which is presenting in the terrestrial system do not have any flagella. Okay, and this one is the cleon. Okay, or boring sponge. This is important. Why it's important then? These can, why it is called boring sponge? Because it's not boring. It will bore rocks. Okay, it will bore the rocks and it will destroy the rocks, and it will also bore the outer covering of the pearl oyster. Okay, it will bore the outer covering of the oyster. So this is actually harmful for oyster industry. Okay, why it's harmful? Oyster industry. It will bore that particular oyster, then what happens? That oyster will die. Okay, that oyster will die. That's why cleon or boring sponge is also called, is very, very harmful for the oyster industry. And euspongia, that means bath sponge. Okay, so in some way this also used as a bath sponge. Okay, and see spongilla, freshwater sponge. Can you guys tell me why the spongilla is green even though it's not autotrophic? What made it what made this one looks green, do you think? What? Sir, what is the oyster industry? Good question. Okay, you know about the pearl, this one, right? Pearls mean muttu. Okay, Yeah, Vandu Muttinu Kate. Probably most of you seen, right. Yeah. So those particular oysters will produce the pearl. Okay, pearl are very costly, right? Which will be deep in the ocean. So it will be somewhat like this, and pearl will be present inside that. You just watching what pearl. Okay. Okay. I will tell you what made it looks green. So those pearls will be grown artificially. Not artificially means those pearl giving oysters will grown artificially within the seashores or within the some of the lands. Okay. Some for what? For getting the pearls. Okay. For getting the pearls, because pearls are very costly in the jewelry industry. Okay. So in that particular industry is called as pearl industry. Okay, the industry of growing oysters majorly for the pearl is called as the pearl industry. Okay, just like fisheries only. Okay. You should watch Vandu Muttina Kate rather than Vandu Mottaya Kate. Okay. So, yeah. Next one is Spongilla. Spongilla looks green because it has some association with the algae. Okay. Yeah, wherever this spongilla is growing, the algae will also start to grow on these things. So that's those algae makes the spongilla look green. Okay. Yes. It consumes planktons having chlorophyll. No, 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 no. Chlorophyll is a complete chlorophyll which is present within the chloroplast. Right? Nothing happens like that. The algae is present on the spongilla. That's why it looks green. Okay. Yeah. Euspangia don't have the osculum. It have the osculum, but in this structures, it's not clearly visible. Okay. It should have. Okay. So it will be present here or here. Okay, these are colonies or larger structures, osculum, but it's not clearly visible because the picture is not so. This is the osculum. Okay, what derives or what makes the water should go in the osculum only? As we discussed, the flagella which is present in the conocytes. That's what makes the water to go only in the osculum, not in the any other ostium. Okay, so one second, guys. Where is this one? Stop video. Stop video. Yes, sir. Is there any edible porifera? I'm not sure about eating porifera. Okay, because porifera are majorly made up of silica and calcium carbonate, so nobody think about it. Okay, if it is contains some muscle means muscle mass or some any tissues, then it's easy to edible. But it majorly made up of this silica and all the things, right? That's why nobody probably thought of eating that one. Why Euspongia not fixed to the substratum? Euspongia is not fixed to substratum because this is bath sponge. It's already removed from the ocean. It is kept on some paper and take a photo. That's why it's looking like this. This is not the natural habitat. Okay. Main criteria which brings it to animalia. So lot of there. Okay, so you can compare the character of the animal kingdom. Most of the character will suit to here. Then where we have to go? It's an individual. This one is a colony. This one is a colony. This one is a. This is most probably a complete colony structure. This is an individual. Okay. So remember, guys, wherever the organism is multicellular, we only have two options. Sorry, three options. Okay. Either you have to you have to kept it in fungi, or you have to kept it in the plant, or you have to kept it in the animals. Okay. It's not plant. It's not fungi. You know that where you have to kept it in animals, right? So that's what makes them to kept in here. Okay, not in plants. You know the character about kingdom plant and animals. Yes, that's why I'm not going with again, right? It's not autotropic and all those things. Yes, we can move on. So why Sanja looks green? Now only we explained, right? Spongilla is covered by the algae. That's why it looks green. Okay, spongilla normally covered with algae, or sometimes it will be in association with the algae. That's why it looks green. Autogram. Why is there any dissolved oxygen for is this? Yes, Mohan, we told you, right? In respiration only we told you it will use the dissolved oxygen and it will remove the carbon dioxide. We told you. No problem, Smriti. Okay, no problem, no issue. Okay. Yeah, we discussed that, right? Oxygen consumption and evolution. Yes, any more doubts? So we can move on, I think, right? So one question came, the structure which Functions as mouth and sponges. Why this question came again? I don't know. Okay. So we'll see one more time. Osculum, ostia, prosophile, none of the above. I'm launching the poll, but I'm giving only 30-second time. Okay. Hi, it repeated. I don't know. Probably I just make this one, but I missed that particular slide. Okay. So we will see how many people will give the what answer. Yes. Awesome. Okay. Only 30 seconds, sir. You have. Remember, guys. Where? There. Okay, okay. Chlorophyll, chemosynthesis, 3:55. What's the time? Just that. I'm ending the poll, guys. Still 59%. Really, really, still 59%. And I'm ending the poll and I'm sharing the results. 7% chosen option A still, 88% chosen option B, 4% chosen option C, and 1% chosen option D. Okay, I'm stop sharing the result. I don't know, nothing I have to lab to explain this one, right? If I explain this one, you only say why you are explaining, right? We know the answer. It's Ostia only. Who gave the answer? Just guys, repeat the things, okay? Repeat the things one more time. Correct. Everyone know that, right? Function has some mouth. Which one is function? So next one is the Cnidaria, Coelenterata, and Anthozoa. Okay, so what's the first thing come to our mind? So it's the jellyfishes. Okay, when you think about the Cnidaria, or when you think about Coelenterata, when you think about Anthozoa, so all of them are same name only. Okay, all the name belongs to the a similar phylum organisms only. Okay, same organisms. So it's somewhere you use the term Anthozoa, don't get confused because also related to Cnidaria. Probably right, Samriddhi. Yeah, I agree to you. Okay. So Anthozoa means what? Anthozoa, we use the term majorly for corals. Okay. Have you guys seen coral anywhere? Coral. So click on yes or no. Okay, that will be better. Corals. What we call it in Hindi or Kannada? Coral, used in jewelry. Havala in Kannada. Yes, correct. Yes, and I don't know about Hindi, what it will be called. So if someone knows, just tell me. Okay. Yes, right. Probably you may seen in the ocean, or probably you may seen in the jewelries. Red color structures will be there. Shanku is not this. Correct, Deepak. Right. Yes. So yeah, no problem. Owl or owl in Hindi. Okay. Search the preparation red and animals in slate. Correct, Shweta. Yes, correct. Why is phylum in three names? Okay, that's a good question. So what happens is like scientists don't know the things. Sometimes the communication is very less in the older times. Okay, munga. Okay, munga. Okay, thank you. I don't know that. Okay. So what happens is one scientist study those organism and ever give a name, okay, and some other organism, some other scientist study the same organism and gave the other name. Some exactly happened in synonyms, right? What we studied about synonyms in the scientific names, if you remember, okay, same kind. But later what happened, like we have 2 to 3 names, but related to same organism, okay, same phylum actually, not a same organism, same kind of the phylum. So we left it like that only. Okay. But some get the priority, like Cnidaria is what we are using now. Okay. Cnidaria is what we are using now, but we are not using the Coelenterata or Anthozoa regularly. Anthozoa, we will only refers to the corals. Okay. The corals only we will use the term Anthozoa. Coelenterata is an older term. Okay. Coelenteron, from there that word came. From Nidoblast the word came. Okay, so these have almost like 7 to 8,000. Okay, I'm writing like 7K and 8K, 7 to 8,000 of species. Okay, and this Cnidaria word came from Nidoblast. Nidoblast is actually a type of stinging organ which is present in these organisms. Okay, stinging organ which is present in these organisms. Okay, so these are very important. Okay, And some of them also have bioluminescence. Do you know what's the meaning of bioluminescence? We already saw that in some organisms, right? Oh, congratulations, Deepak. You became celebrity, bro. Yeah. Glowing in not only glowing in dark, bioluminescent means production of light within the living system. Okay, how it will be different from the other kinds of light? Majorly, it do not emit any heat. Okay, so that's also one thing is there. But in simple terms, the production of light within the living system is called as bioluminescence. You can take use of, sorry, take consideration of fireflies, or yes, light worms. Okay, we also see some organism in protista, right? Can you name? Yes, correct. Amit, Gopika, correct, right? So can anybody see which protista actually giving bioluminescence or having bioluminescence? Dinoflagellates, correct, right? Dinoflagellates in the protista also have the lights, and here cnidarias also have the light. Okay, not corals. Corals normally don't have any bioluminescence. Other organisms, other members of cnidaria will have the bioluminescence. We will see that also. Okay. Yes, correct. We will see that also. Okay. So we will go for the habitat and all the things. Okay. Here some of the photos of different types of cnidarians are showing. Okay. I don't know the names of all the cnidarians. I only know about few of them. Okay. These are changing again and again. Okay. What will be the habitat? What will be the habitat? Habitat will be aquatic. Yes, all of them are aquatic and mostly marine. Okay, mostly marine, and few only fresh water. Okay, few only fresh water. And another thing is this fresh water is the jellyfish. Okay, don't think all the jellyfishes will be freshwater. Some of them are freshwater and some of them are marine water. Okay, you can find this one. What you can say? Uh, Jellyfish in freshwater system also. Probably if someone is near to any dam, either it may be any dam in Karnataka. Okay, in the particular season, that means in the winter season, you can find the this one. Okay, jellyfish. Okay, wired organism, free swim. Yes. And how they are? Some of them are sessile. Sorry, some of them are maybe sessile. That means attached to the substratum, or maybe free living. Okay, sessile or free living. You can write it like that. Okay. So how will be the body form? Okay, how will be the body form then? 1 second. Correct. Right. So body form will highly vary. Body form will highly vary. Vary means no, one or two is not same. Okay, as you can see here in the photos, what you can running here, right? You can observe, right? One will be something and another one will be completely different, right? This one is different and this one is completely different, right? It's called fungia. Okay, it looks like fungi. Looks like fungi, so we call it as fungia. That one. So something like that, right? So yes, and highly vary, and some of them also show the polymorphism. Okay, what is polymorphism then? Polymorphism means poly means many, morphe means morphology means study of external character. That means having. 1 second, I will change the color. Okay, having more than one to get present. How long we should be in the class? Samriddhi for attendance. Okay, nothing. So attendance will be considered, no issue. But everyone should be logging through your registered Gmail only. Okay, what you are given to the Avanti fellows who called you, or when they asked in the starting stage, right? If you use the same Gmail ID only, your attendance will be considered. Okay, and another one thing, you should be having suffix of your school name. Okay, suffix of your school name. Okay, yes, correct. Yeah, having more than one morphology. Correct, Deepak, right? In single life. Okay, having more than one morphology in single life. As you can see, there will be types will come. One is polyp and another is a medusa. So we will learn that later. Okay, next slide we will learn about it. Okay. So yeah, correct. Somebody will say that jellyfishes are immortal. Okay. So we studied in the first chapter. I told you, right? These are immortal. So how these are immortal? These are immortal, same as like of the bacteria immortality. Okay. How bacteria are immortal? Because that bacteria will divide into two and other divide into two. They never get aged, right? Same kind. Some of these jellyfishes will form are different types, and that means they divide into two and again they divide into two. In that manner they are immortal. Okay. Yes. That also. Okay. There are some jellyfishes are there. These are like present from several hundreds years, sorry, several thousands years without any changes. Okay. So those are called as living fossils. That's also there. Okay. And what's the symmetry? You guys only know the symmetry, right? What is the symmetry? Correct. Radial symmetry. We know what is the meaning of radial symmetry, right? So you can cut the body in any manner to get that. Okay. So as you can see here, some of these are do not look like radial symmetry, right? Do not look like radial symmetry organisms. So not all of them are radial. Yes, not biradial. Biradial will come later. Okay. Some of them also have the asymmetrical kind of the body also, especially in the case of the corals. Okay, especially in the case of the corals. Other than that will be, we can call them as the radial. Okay, and germ layers. How many germ layers will be there? Is it? Correct, Ananya. Diploblast, correct, diploblast. And we also know the meaning of the diploblast. That means only have ectoderm and endoderm without having the mesoderm. Correct, right? Where I wrote very highly vary something. I don't know, bro. Just check with the spelling. Okay, I'm not sure about this one. Okay, bugbear, Samriddhi. I don't know what bugbear is. Okay, so I will check, Samriddhi. Okay, I will check and I will let you know. So about the bugbear and level of organization. What kind of organization it have? It have a tissue level organization. And remember, this is here is also very important. Okay, these are the first tissue level organization animals. Okay, that means these are the first animals having the evolved having the tissue level of organization. Okay, tissue level of organization. We know what is the meaning of tissue level. That means more than one cells are combined to form for a particular structure and having a particular function, right? So it will show the tissue level kind of the organization. Do you have any doubt regarding this one? Any topic regarding this one? If you have any doubt, just put in the chat box. Okay, so we will move on to the next one. So second one is important, body walls. Okay, here is also body wall is very important. Okay, how it is important then? So it have two layers. As you can see, if you take a jellyfish here or any other things, it will have two layers. One is the outer layer that's called epidermis. That means it will be a outer layer, right? It will be outer layer. Outer layer, how you have the epidermis. Same thing, this also have the epidermis. Okay, how you have the epidermis, this also have the epidermis as the outer layer. These epidermis, yes, these epidermis have the different kinds of the cells. Okay, the important cell it have is cnidoblast. Okay, the important cell is the cnidoblast or the stinging cells. Okay, this stinging cells, okay, stinging cells which help in the offense and defense. That means to secure that organism from other organisms and also for the hunting. Okay, so we have a separate slide for the cnidoblast for in detail. That's why I'm leaving the cnidoblast here only. If you have any doubts about cnidoblast, let it like that only, because we have a separate slide in here. Okay, so sorry. Okay, separate slide later on. There I will explain. Okay, there I will explain. Okay, so outer layer is regular cells will be there. Apart from that, it also have the oedoblast. Okay, and it have a gastrodermis. What is the meaning of this one? This is very very important. Okay, so imagine these organisms something like this. Okay, something like this. The layer of cells which is present in here. Okay, the layer of cells which is present in here, these are called as gastrodermal cells. Okay, these are called as gastrodermal cells. So what's the meaning of gastrodermal cells then? Gastric means digestion, dermal means layer, we know that. Okay, here it have a single mouth and single anus, that means incomplete kind of a digestion. Okay, incomplete kind of the digestion you can find, right? So here what is happening, there are certain kinds of cells are there which are actually lining this particular inner layer. Okay, yes, cells lining stomach like sac, exactly Manvita, right? So these cells, what it will do, these cells are helping in the digestion. Okay, then you can compare how the digestion process will happen then, how the digestion process happens then digestion process may be extracellular or intracellular, extracellular or intracellular. Where extracellular digestion is happening then? Extracellular digestion is happening in here where I wrote green color, right? There actually extracellular digestion is happening. Where intracellular digestion is happening? It is happening within the cell lines. Okay, within the cell lines, there actually intracellular digestion is happening. Don't think that internal digestion is also happening here. Intracellular happens within the cell. Extracellular happens outside of the cell, right? So cavity is there, and that cavity is gastric cavity. You can see that cavity is lined by the gastrodermal cells. Those cells will produce the enzymes and all the things for the digestion of the food. That kind of digestion is called extracellular digestion, and these cells also take the food or absorb the food or ingest the food, and further digestion will happen within the cells. Those are called as intracellular digestion. Okay, intracellular digestion. So two important things. Okay, the function of epidermis, I forgot. Epidermis function is protection, right? These are hard structures will be there. This will give the protection, and they are also help in the sense. Okay, they are also help in the sensing. Okay, they are also helping in the sensing. So, bro, Pratik is calling. Just ask him. I mean, start. Okay. Yes. Okay. So epidermis and gastrodermis, those are the two important terms. Okay. So next one is the digestive system. So how the digestive system is working, we already know how it's happening in all the things, right? So I already mentioned something like this, and from where it enters and goes out, and it's happening here. Okay. So this particular kind of systems are called as gastrovascular cavity. Okay, this is called as gastrovascular cavity. I left it there, right? In the first question, they mentioned like gastrovascular cavity, but I left it like that only, right? So what is this then? What is the gastrovascular cavity then? Okay, gastrovascular cavity is the cavity which is present in here. Okay, so where actually food digestion is happening. Okay, and what kind of digestive system is it a it's actually a incomplete type of the digestive system. Incomplete type of digestive system. Incomplete type of the digestive system. Okay, so what kind of skeleton it can find? Okay, so it may have both exoskeleton and endoskeleton, depending upon the organisms. If you go for some organisms, okay, there is no skeleton. Okay, no skeleton. If you go for some form of the jellyfish, there will be no skeleton. Okay, there is no hard structure. Oh, sorry. This is 6, this is 7, and this is 8. I made last time changes, that's why happened. Okay. Some of them have a hard extra skeleton. Okay. If you go for corals and everything. Okay. Some of them may also contain internal skeleton. Okay. If you go for kind of these flowers. Okay. Sea flowers, all those kind of things. So different types will be there. Okay. Yes, corals have the calcium carbonate skeleton. Wherever skeleton is present, it's majorly made up of the calcium carbonate. Okay, it's majorly made up of the calcium carbonate kind of the system. What kind of nervous system it may present? Okay, nervous system is what you can say. These are like initial kind of the nervous system. That means have few neurons only. These are not completely developed one. Okay, few neurons only. Okay, it do not have that kind of sensory kind of thing or anything. Okay, this is simply means, where is my mobile? Sorry. Okay, I'm just checking the YouTube live, but sir went. Guys, 1 second, wait. Okay, I'm just checking YouTube live also. Yes, now I can see. Correct. Ajay. Some of them do not have any skeleton, and some of them also have the endoskeleton or the exoskeleton also. Okay. So these have a very primitive kind of the nervous system. I can write primitive. Okay. Primitive means not that much evolved one. Okay, but one of the important thing is the first time some sensory organs are developed here, that is called statocyst. Okay, what is the importance of statocyst? Statocysts are sensory, what you can say, tissue. Okay, these are called sensory organs, or these are actually for the balance. Okay, these are for the balance. So in our body, which will do the balancing process? In our body, balancing will be controlled by several systems. Majorly will be with our ear and our eyes and our brain. Those are actually controlling the things. Okay, majorly from the ear, right? So same thing in here. Okay, nervous system has started to develop, and we have a sensor system actually that's called as the statocyst, which actually help in the balancing of the organism. Okay, which is helping in the balancing of the organism. Do you guys have any doubt regarding up to this? Any doubt regarding up to this? So I just launched the teacher NPS. Okay, you can answer the teacher NPS. If you have any doubt regarding this, you can ask me in this time. Okay, we still have to study respiration, excretion, reproduction, and development. Okay, so don't ask question about these 4 things, because we will learn that in the next class. Okay, and before everyone going out, so tomorrow also there will be no class. Is present or absent. Okay, so no. Okay, not blood kind of things are not present. Okay. Tomorrow also there will be no class because I have a personal exam. Okay, so I'm going somewhere to write that. So tomorrow's class also suspended. So meantime, what you guys have to do, you have to revise the things. Who are first time came to class, who are forgot all the things. Okay, so try to remember try to analyze or read the older things. Okay, I have an exam, bro. Sir, their body is exoskeleton or endoskeleton. Some of them have exo, some of them have endo. We will see the examples. There I will tell you. Okay. Thank you, Vaibhav. Jellyfish don't have the skeleton. No, that's what I'm saying. That kind of, some of them don't have the skeleton. Okay. Only bio class will be not there. Okay. Other class will there. Okay. Other classes will be there. Someone ask gastrovascular cavity. I will tell you one more time. Association between spongyl and algae is called as. As means share like. Thank you guys. Okay. I will see what happens. Okay. Endoskeleton and exoskeleton are depending one another, not dependent upon that particular environment where it's actually there. Okay. Association is like a kind of the mutual kind of the association. Okay. So one will help in the camouflaging, another will giving the this one area for the growth like that. Okay, Shreya. And jellyfish do have skeleton. No, Pawan, no, Pawan. Not everything have the this one. Jellyfish have flagella like tentacles. We call it as a tentacles. We will see that. Pearl is a bioluminescence. No, pearl is not bioluminescence, Vana. It's not bioluminescent. Can they have both endoskeleton and exoskeleton? It's very hard. Okay, if they have both endo and exoskeleton, then there will be no space for the tissue to grow. So that's why they have either endo or exo. Okay, thank you. No, no, Pawan. Bye. And who are in YouTube, if you have any doubt, please post, guys, and tell your friends also to join the class. Okay. So if you have any doubt, you can also post it in the who are in the YouTube. Okay. In the Telegram group, no issue. Okay. Sir, what about larva stage in this primal? In the development, I will tell you. In the development, I will tell you, Naina. Okay. Sir, pearl is living? No, no. Pearl is not living. Pearl is just an excretion. Okay. As our ear wax, right? Exactly. Those pearls are actually excretion of that particular organism. Okay. Which exam? CSIR net. Ananya, CSIR net. Okay. Thank you, Deepika. Thank you. Jellyfish do not have skeleton, but how they have shape and from where they get the support. Ha, Viva. So there actually, we don't find the calcareous kind of the skeleton, but still have the tissues, right? Those tissues will help in that particular shape. Okay, those tissues will accommodate or arranged in a certain manner. Those will help in the movement and also in getting the a particular kind of the shape. Any question I left? Probably I may left some question. I don't know. If I left any question, just let me know. Thank you. Why jellyfish is poisonous? Not all are poisonous, Mohan. Some of them are poisonous. Do you know one? Cnidarians have so many poisonous organisms. Okay, they have like wasp. Okay, sea wasp. They have Portuguese man. Okay, some of them are neurotoxins. Some of them are hemotoxins. Okay, so many of them have toxins, either to kill the prey or for their offense. Okay. But if you try to do something to them, they will also bite you. Sorry, they will also sting you. Okay. Thank you, Preeti. So slides, porifera, electric slides. Didn't understand, Pawan. Thank you, Preeti. Thank you. For both. For both offense and also for the defense. Okay. Slides ridge porifera. I didn't understand. What is slides ridge porifera? Porifera slides you are asking. Okay. Regarding okay. So where I am here, right? Gastrovascular cavity means cavity which is present in between a single opening. Okay. So that's before that opening, a cavity will be there. That cavity is called gastrovascular cavity, because there actually digestion is happening. Okay, those gastrovascular cavities, what you can say, layered by the gastrodermal system. Okay, difference between asexual birds and sexual birds. Asexual birds directly develops, but sexual bird I'm not sure where we can see a sexual kind of a bud. The sexual bud means it should be fertilization should happen, then it should form a bud. What is the use of tail-like structure in the nudoplast? That's actually sting. Okay, to sting it. So it have that poison needles kind of thing in the tip. Okay, it will increase the range. It will increase the range of that one. Okay, what's the use of that exam? Sorry, one second. I will. Jellyfish also have electric defense system. No. I don't think of any. I don't think of any electric defense system. I'm going. Sorry. Okay. Porifera. Which slide, bro? Regarding porifera means which slide? This slide, probably today's slide you are asking. This slide, I think, right? Okay, guys. Yes, okay, guys. Jellyfishes have few neurons, then how they respond to the external stimuli? Good question, Ajay. Okay, so they have the few neurons, and those neurons are only restricted to balancing. Okay, not for all the work. those only for the basic version. Okay, it's exactly like our cycle. Okay, what's the use of the cycle? Only for traveling a little bit compared to the walking, right? But when you go for the higher, what you will get? We will get the motorcycle, car, aeroplane, all the things having different needs, becoming more and more complex, right? But cycle, what happens? There is no electric system. If you have the electric system, there's only about dynamo, right? Only dynamo and light will be there. But in car, you have everything, right? From horn to the window opening and everything. Same kind. The need is a little bit less, and it's the first time it's forming, and those need only will fulfilled by that. Okay, it's not like our brain. So our brain will differentiate everything and all the things, but it can only differentiate few things. That is enough for their survival. So about their environment and for their survival, that is enough. Okay. Later the changes happened and give rise to the different kinds. Good question, Ajay. When telling about birds, should we mention asexual birds or can we say birds? So we will mention asexual birds because we are mentioning it like in asexual birds are there. Okay. So sexual birds is not I'm not aware of. Okay. You can simply use the term birds, but the simply meaning that only, right? So we will simply sometimes use internal bird, external bird. That means asexual only. That's why. Yes. Okay. Okay, guys. Bye bye then. Who are in YouTube. Okay. I'm stop live streaming.